Hey, William Bartley here from COH, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the work that I've done in the past. The very first photo you're going to see is from a play called Flight of Avery Quint. It was written by my old friend Grace Fournier, and actually was the very first production that I did outside of York University, even though I was still attending school. We were all very proud of the work that we did on this show. It was completely unfunded, and we raised all the funds ourselves, and we basically did everything from scratch, Joe, Grace, and I, and it led to what would become Theater Hera down the line, where you'll actually see the next photos coming from as well, which are a little bit further down the line after Theater Hera had become a little bit more established, but it's from a show called Grapefruit and Salty Bachelors. The really cool thing about this is that I shifted from the directing position into more of a lighting, sound, and technician type of role, so I got some experience on both sides of the table. In the first photo, you're actually going to see us building the set after we received some funding running an Indiegogo campaign, and then post that as well, you'll see the actual production itself. So that table that you see in the foreground there, and the portrait in the background, the walls, everything in there was completely made by hand by our production team. So I was extremely proud of all the work that everyone put in on that show, and it was our first show we actually turned a reasonable profit on as well for revenue, and it gave us the encouragement to keep moving forward with the company. Post that, I actually worked on a show called Beast Library, and Beast Library was written by Ryan Brockovich, another Yorkie, but also a very close friend of mine, and working on that show actually set me on the path to what I would define as kind of my reason to direct in the first place. It takes the story of Belle and Beast from, well, Beauty and the Beast, and it basically turns it on its head a little bit and asks what would happen if Belle actually got access to all the literary resources at that time, from philosophy to social sciences to female writers, and what would happen if she became empowered as a character. And what happens is that she creates a revolution with the other members of the castle serving the Beast, and the Beast gets overthrown. In any case, it helped me realize that I think one of the most important things an artist can do today is recontextualize older text to fit the times today and a lot of the political issues that we face. Moving forward from that production, I actually joined up with Sad Ibsen Theater again to work on a show called Life is a Dream. Life is a Dream is a Spanish play written by Calderon de la Barca, and it is a challenge, to say the least. We did the best that we could with the text. It was extremely complex, but I have a belief that some shows you do for the merit and the quality of it, and other ones you do because of the people that it connects you with. And this certainly was one of those where I connected with a lot of incredible people, even though the show itself had great quality as well. For instance, Edmund Clark, our production manager and the co-founder of Cup of Hemlock Theater, that was the second show that we ever worked on together, and it was an absolute blast. It kind of springboarded us into the next steps of our teamwork. Ryan Brockovich, as I already mentioned, is our literary manager, and I don't think that we would have continued being such good friends and working on so many projects together if it wasn't for this show. Not to mention the plethora of other fantastic people that I got to work with, like Alex Osborne, Summer Tiley, Anastasia Popova. Overall, it was one of the best experiences that I've had in theater, even though there were some stressful times working on a play that's almost 400 years old. In any case, folks, we have a lot of work coming up with Cup of Hemlock Theater, and I'm looking forward to sharing some photos and videos of those productions with you. But for now, I hope that you got to taste a little bit of what I'm about and some of the work that I've done in the past. So until I see you next time, stay well and stay safe.